Hello, hello, how is everyone? Good day? I feel it. So I wanted to just start off by saying that I decided not to write a speech. I always feel like, you know, your best words really do come from the heart. Not necessarily on paper or on mobile, like it comes from within. And so I wrote little notes here and there to kind of paint a story on how I got here and everything that I've learned so far and how it's helped me in life. And I want to share this experience with you guys. And so I kind of grew up with the internet, and it was interesting because I never knew that I could ever have a career being online. It just, that idea never even existed back then. And so growing up, you know, I was told by my parents and by my school that I had to be this person. Michelle, be a doctor, or Michelle, be a lawyer. This is what you have to do because this is going to help make you money to pay for the bills and everything. And no one ever asked me, what are you good at, Michelle? What do you want to do in life? What motivates you every day to wake up? And I knew exactly what that was. It was learning and it was being creative. If I could learn and I could create, it was the very thing that completed me as a person.
How old were you when you started your YouTube channel?
I was 19 years old, but when I started my blog, I was 16. Try a little bit of everything out before you find that one platform that you know this is your home. And for me, I knew that it was video because I love seeing things in motion, but I know for other people, they are very image driven, so they prefer to have photography. And others prefer Twitter because they want to write more. So you just got to find that one platform that really suits you best. The two most important things in our modern society, time and money. And I can understand and also sympathize that not a lot of people, they don't have time. It does take a lot of time, and that's why sometimes you might have to bite the bullet, maybe move back in with your parents. I was considering doing that too. Eating off of like 99-cent hot ramen for like 2 months to make it to buy that nice camera, so that it's an investment. You have to know, you have to give up a little bit, you have to sacrifice a little bit. I had to sacrifice money because I had to buy makeup to supply my videos, and I had to buy backdrops and costumes, and time because I was still doing, I was still in school. I was a full-time student at school, and also on top of that, I was working part-time as a waitress, and so time is really something that I had to give up a lot of. So you give up a lot of sleep, but that's why it's important for you to eat healthy and exercise. You know, if you're going to, you have to overcompensate lack of sleep by eating healthy, by exercising, and by also having a very, very stable and positive mind. You have to have a very positive, you have to be in a very positive emotional state. So sometimes that also means cutting out bad friends or a bad boyfriend, a bad girlfriend. It just means cutting out the toxic, so that leaves you time to detox, and you can focus more of the positivity into your business and into what your purpose is.
Thank you.
Of course. And so don't worry about perfecting it and becoming better and knowing when it's time. You're never going to be the best because you're always going to want to be better than the best. Mm-hmm. And so that's why you have to constantly just share what you know now. Because people are not, if you're going to be at this expert level, someone who starts off here, they're not going to be able to learn from you. And so if you teach people on the same level as you, you grow with them and they grow with you too. I wasn't a makeup artist, and I don't consider myself to be a traditional makeup artist still, even today. However, I still have a makeup line and I do beauty videos. It's because I'm sharing what works with me, and hopefully what works for me will also work for you. And so if you have that mindset, girl, you're gonna like go to so many places with that. So I always tell people, when you want to find a hobby, the best way to find that hobby is to fail as much as you can. Like when I just said that to you, you're probably like, what are you talking about? Failure is a good thing. You need failure because it's only going to push you towards what you're potentially going to be good at, and you know for sure you're not good at that. So I know for myself, like, I don't want to be a pop singer because I'm definitely not good at singing, but I'm really good at art, so maybe I should do something that's in the world of creativity. And so that's what you have to do. You have to go out and try things. Do sports. Pick up an instrument and see if you're naturally very good at music. Try cooking to see if you can potentially become like an amazing baker or a chef. Even try speaking. Like, you could one day become an amazing motivational speaker. And so just try as much as you can, because remember what I said before, it's about learning and evolving. never stop teaching yourself new skills because one day they will help you in the future. And you can also share that knowledge to someone else who could potentially inspire that person to become the next greatest chef or the next greatest Mozart of our generation.
Thank you.
I think you have to be honest with your parents. You know, at one point when I was filling out my paperwork for college and we were, you know, going to apply for this school and that school for med school, that was kind of my turning point. It was almost like this disclaimer just came in front of my face saying, you need to talk to your mom about this before you fill this paperwork out, because once you go, like, that's it, you're stuck in this process. And I think you have to have that disclaimer. You have to know when it's time to talk, and you have to find the right moment to talk, or you have to be motivated to find that moment to talk to them and to be honest. And so I had that honest talk with my mom. It didn't end very well. You know, there was tears and there was a lot of screaming and fighting, but ultimately I was on my knees and I promised my mom, because, you know, we didn't have money. And the only reason why she wanted me to be a doctor was not to be miserable and rich, but to not suffer like she did, because she came to America after the Vietnam War, and so her home was all messed up. She had nothing to go back home to, and so all she had left was America and us, and no one else could help us. And so it was almost like all this pressure was on my shoulders to kind of help the family. And I can almost feel like you have that pressure too. And let me tell you, there is another way. You can make another path. If I could tell myself this when I was telling my mom the truth, I would have popped up and be like, Mom, see, like, I actually was able to make a living by doing something that I love and still supporting you at the same time. So I think you have to really give your mom that confidence that you can do it. Because that's what I did. When I was on my knees, I told my mom, Mommy, I'll find a way to do what I love for a living and make enough money to support you and our family. I promise. And I kept that word. So sometimes you have to make a promise that will keep you motivated to stay up at night to get to bring that passion to life. So good luck. I just keep trying new things and evolving. That's the best way for you to find inspiration. I know plenty of people here who are probably artists. You have that artist block, that writer's block. The best way to unblock it is to go out and to look at art, or to listen to new music, or to discover a new culture. You know, meet new people, open up your perspective, because that will only open you up more. And you know, I also
finding inspiration.
Yeah,
finding what inspires you.
And inspiration lives. It's everywhere, and it also lives within you. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. Sometimes the best inspiration comes from my dreams, and I wake up and I remember my dreams. So when I wake up, I just write everything down. Just open yourself up more to it, and it's going to come to you. Thank you. It's never easy to deal with them. When you have people telling you, oh, I just ignore them, like, even when they say that, when I do see a negative comment, it always stings a little. And that's why you do have to build a thick skin, so that stinging sensation just slowly goes away. But it's never going to be completely gone. You're always going to feel it. And that's a good thing, because that shows that you're sensitive. So bullies they're everywhere. And you have to build this thick skin, because it's not going to happen overnight where everyone is just going to become nice to you. Because everyone is living in a different reality, and so how they perceive things is different than yours. And so just because they're mean to you, maybe it's because they had a bad day and they're just taking their anger out on you, so you become their punching bag. Yeah, it sucks, but at least after they finish verbally punching everything, they feel a little better. So in a sense, you kind of help them feel a little better. You have to like think positive. They punch me, but I can take it. I can take it, and at least they feel good about it. And hopefully one day they'll turn around and they won't need to punch anymore. Don't waste your time arguing back. I've tried doing that, and you will never win. You never win. It's best just focus on the positive comments, the people who are good, because that will only encourage more people to write positive comments. Because if they see you're responding to negative comments, the people who are writing positive comments are going to be like, well, what about us? You didn't reply to us, and we're sending you love. So they're gonna turn into a hater. So the best thing to do is just show love to the people who are good and positive to you. And those who are trying to bring you down, block it if you really need to, because sometimes I have to. Like, sometimes it's just too much where just block them. And if they feel offended by it, that's their problem. That's like them being mad at like barging into your home and then you blocking them. Does it make any sense? It's your channel, it's your home, and if you want to keep peace, you have every right to do that too.
Very good point. All right, well, we are going to end there. Thank you so much.